The San Francisco 49ers continue to stack accolades, and this time it's Christian McCaffrey as he has been named the NFC Offensive Player of the Month for the month of December and what he was able to accomplish. He did some awesome things in December, and he has been discussed as the potential MVP candidate, and it'll be interesting to see what awards he brings home at the end of the year. But over this time in December, Christian McCaffrey rushed for 520 yards and he added 175 receiving yards through the air. So that just for the month of December. And remember, he only played half of the Washington game, kind of had the calf strain, had to come out. So he didn't get to play that whole entirety of that game. He still put up a total of 695 yards and added 5 touchdowns in 1 month of play. That's pretty impressive. Now, as we know with Christian McCaffrey, he is likely going to be the offensive player of the year. I would imagine it becomes challenging because obviously it does feel like the momentum is headed for Ravens Lamar Jackson as he will likely be the MVP. But does that mean that Brock Purdy also has a good shot at becoming the offensive player of the year? Or is it going to be Christian McCaffrey? Sounds like it's going to come down to those two guys. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Who do you guys think should be the offensive player of the year in the NFL? Is it CMC or is it Brock Purdy? That's a hard one. That really is. Because as we know, CMC's impact to this team is phenomenal. And we know how important CMC is. I mean, Brock Purdy even said it himself that Christian McCaffrey should be the MVP. George Kittle said he should be the MVP. Christian McCaffrey should be the MVP as well. So it's a tough situation in regards to accolades. But the good thing about this team is they don't care about that, at least publicly. I'm sure there's always going to be a little sentiment inside of them that would love that honor to be named those things. But the number one goal right now is Super Bowl. So they have two games left in the playoffs, the divisional round and the NFC Championship. And then they will be competing for a potential Super Bowl if they win those 2 games. So the accolades are cool. They're great. But I know how 49er fans feel. I would imagine we're going to see a lot of the comments kind of pop up as like, yeah, that's cool and all, but let's go win a Super Bowl. We don't care about Offensive Player of the Year. Go win a Super Bowl. And I would have to echo those same sentiments. I think, MVP is cool, but I think Super Bowl MVP is cooler. So I would love, if Brock Purdy loses out the regular season MVP to Lamar Jackson, but is the Super Bowl MVP, I think that's a fair trade-off. Very, very fair trade-off, in my opinion. So we'll see. Obviously, I believe the awards are announced right before the Super Bowl. So we will have an understanding of all these Offensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, MVP, all these different types of things. So we'll get that squared away. But again, great season for Christian McCaffrey. Everything he's been able to do this year. Again, if he were to be the Offensive Player of the Year, it would be extremely valid. I mean, he had nearly 1,500 rushing yards, 14 rushing touchdowns. He added 564 yards through the air on 67 receptions and 7 receiving touchdowns. So Christian McCaffrey is a production machine. So he's deserving of any awards that are coming his way. And he's very deserving of the NFC Offensive Player of the Month. So you guys let me know, what's the next award for Christian McCaffrey? Is it potentially the MVP? Do you think he still has a shot? Or do you think Offensive Player of the Year is more likely? Let me know in the comments below. And I got some highlights for you of some of Christian McCaffrey's best plays of the year. Take a look as CMC ran through the league and was the rushing leader. Take a look right here.